All right, let's talk about the Uncle Straps bracelet for the 42 millimeter Tudor Pelly. So I've been wearing this one now for like a week, essentially. I've been wearing the Tudor for almost a month now. I'm kind of committed to wearing it for a while. But I want to talk more about the bracelet. Now, they did send me this one, but full disclosure, when I say sent it to me, they sent it to me and don't expect it in return. They never asked me to make a video though, but I mean, it's pretty safe to assume that I'm going to. Side note, don't tell them this, but them as in the people over at Uncle Straps, I was going to buy one anyway, like, because I'm just too curious and I wanted to see how this watch looked on a 5 link or a J style. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it or not, but you guys know what I'm talking about. You know what this is. So, and I have to say it's definitely a case because a lot of people have already asked me, you know, is it worth it or what? Like, and I know what they're trying to ask because it's $180. So, you know, they can't be free. But $180, I think, is a very reasonable price for this bracelet. But the real question is it better than the factory bracelet? No. No, it is not. It is not better than the factory bracelet. The clasp is not better than the factory clasp. Although you can get, if your wrist is big enough, you can get this bracelet and use your factory clasp. But the minimum size wrist is 7¼ inch for that combination. Otherwise, you're going to want to go with this. But and I'll show in more detail, I think it might be a better option for people anyway. Now there's at least one other style of bracelet, but I personally just like it on this. And I think that's where it really lands. Just like I have, extra FKM rubber straps for this watch. I have leather straps. I'm thinking about getting like a Stingray. Because I'm committed to wearing this Tudor more than any other watch this year, I want a ton of options to wear on this watch. That's where that, or if you just really love the way this looks, instantly qualifies purchasing this bracelet. Otherwise, if you're completely happy with the factory bracelet and clasp and you never intend on switching it up, then no, why are you watching this? Why are you curious about this? Like you're just go be happy with your factory watch. But I am happy with the factory watch, but I want to mix it up. It keeps it lively. It's like putting a different set of wheels on your car or putting on a different pair of tennis shoes to accessorize a little bit or whatever, scenario you want to play out to switch it up. That's what this is. And so the real question is, if you've stayed this long and you're like, yeah, I too am also curious, and I also would like to mix up the options with my Tudor Pelly. Okay, now let's look at the quality of the bracelet. So it is all grade 2 titanium, and it matches the watch perfectly. So the way it fits in there, so I had another person ask me like, those lines look weird coming off there. The factory link does that. It matches the flow of the bracelet. They literally did exactly what the factory one did, but in a 5 link. It's a well executed bracelet, and it needs to be because it's $180, right? Sure, bracelets can cost more, but 180 is not no money. And it uses split pin, which again, the Tudor one uses screw pins, but for the most part, I'm fine with split pins. They're great quality. They're in there pretty good, but not overly tight. I actually did break a pin because I do it like a Neanderthal and I just push them out. That's not the proper way to do it. But I do, and sometimes it breaks it. And sometimes I damage my thumb. That's a different video. We've already covered that. So it is the standard titanium. It is going to show those marks. The factory one's going to do that. It's a little bit different brushing and everything on there. Where this clasp shines, if you have a smaller wrist, that's quite the span guys, that is quite the span. Like, I have a 7¼ inch wrist, and it nearly spans the entire bottom of my wrist. So if you have a smaller wrist and that thing just is too long of a clasp for your wrist, the Uncle clasp is much shorter. So, I mean, look how much shorter it is. I mean, I'm going by this underneath piece here, right? Because that's really where the flex stops. So it's dramatically shorter. You know, you have the old style, it keeps it thin. You have the old style micro adjust, 5 of them, and then double pushers. Again, really nice and easy to use. When I first started trying to use it, it did pop open on me, like it wasn't retaining, but I have not had that issue since initially getting it on wrist. So the post with the capture system seems to be working fine. I was worried about it at first, but it seems like it's working fine. And it's relatively flat, so it fits on wrist good. I just give it a little wobble and pull on it to make sure it's secure. But yeah, it works good. And with a 5-link, I tend to like them a little looser, sloppier. And titanium kind of sticks to the wrist anyway, so you can wear your titanium braceleted watches a little bit loose, and it's not really going to flop around like a stainless steel anyway. So keep that in mind too. You can wear them a little bit looser, and you can see as I'm doing that, like if I would do that with a stainless steel one, this thing would have been flopped over there. And it just, titanium just, you know, it kind of sticks to the wrist a little bit. So yeah, hopefully this will help anybody that has questions on them. You know, if you made it this far, you're definitely interested. I can tell you with confidence now, it is money well spent. I would have no problem spending $180 on this bracelet or the other one. And honestly, it probably translates to all the other bracelets. I've had some other Uncle strap bracelets in the past. I like the Razor one. I've had some different ones on the Seikos and everything like that. But now they offer them. I was even looking at the titanium one like this. If I were to really, you know, pony up and pick up the Omega No Time to Die, the fact that they make this bracelet is a game changer in my opinion, because I want that watch on bracelet. I don't want it on the strap. So, and just like this one, I definitely wanted a bracelet. I have 2 bracelet options now. And then of course I have FKM rubber and leather and all these other products that I can use. So it's nice to have options. It's amazing that there's a brand out there like Uncle that makes all of these products. You know, primarily they were done for a lot of vintage style Seikos, and it's cool that they've transcended that and pushed into Omega, Rolex, Tudor, and all these other watches, so we have more options. So thank you, Uncle Straps, for doing that, and thank you guys for watching. I know I went super long on that, but I wanted to show you that it is a good bracelet. No, you don't need it, but you probably want it.